just like Arizona's current policy, contravene federal law.
But wouldn't this be something of a slippery slope in the sense that once you open up driver's licenses under that argument, you start to open up other social and welfare benefits that are currently denied to illegal immigrants like the Dreamers?
Federal law recognizes a clear difference between certain types of benefits and what we have at issue here. Here, we're talking about driver's licenses. The federal government has not indicated in any way that they want to deny driver's licenses to these individuals. In fact, and on the contrary, federal legislation has indicated that individuals with deferred action are precisely the type of people who should be getting driver's licenses.
But the feds don't issue driver's licenses. States make the decision as to who gets to drive and who doesn't. So why does the Fed have a voice in that?
They have a voice in determining how immigrants are classified, how immigrants are then subsequently treated by states in this country. And they're the ones who set the baseline about that treatment and about that classification. And Arizona has contravened that classification and that treatment.
But that gets back to the question I was trying to ask earlier. When we talked to Homeland Security at the time and asked them about the driver's license, they specifically said, they told us, their spokesman told us, nothing in what was occurred today all mandates that states issue driver licenses. You seem to be suggesting that Homeland Security doesn't know what it's talking about?
The Homeland Security spokesperson was correct in the sense that the Janet Napolitano's Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program does not explicitly mandate that states grant driver's licenses. But that doesn't mean that the state is allowed to make a decision for itself. The people that the federal government has given permission to reside in this country are in fact unauthorized.
Can you talk about why you filed a suit in Arizona as opposed to some of those other states that have also denied driver's licenses?
In Arizona, the governor issued an executive order making very clear what their policy is. In some of the other states, the administrators of their motor vehicle departments we've been in discussions with them, so it's a little bit less clear exactly how they're going to come down in the end.
So what specifically are you seeking? Are you seeking injunctive relief? Are you seeking an immediate stay of the executive order? Tell us exactly what this lawsuit seeks.
This lawsuit is seeking both declaratory as well as injunctive relief. So we do want this executive order to be declared illegal and unconstitutional, and we will be seeking to halt it through a motion for preliminary injunction.
Are you at all concerned that this suit could result in the state just deciding to blanketly deny all driver's licenses to all deferred action people in order to avoid the equal protection argument?
I mean, I think at this point, at this point we're focused on the issue at hand, and I think in terms of addressing that hypothetical, I mean, we very much think that would be problematic on the various levels that Nicholas articulated. But I think in this case, why we're concerned is that the governor has specifically singled out and targeted these DACA recipients.
You know, if Governor Brewer or the state decided to do that, it would just once again highlight how irrational this decision was. Here we have a group of people who have received deferred action, who the federal government knows are here, who is permitted to be here, and who are going to be living and working in our communities. By denying driver's licenses to whether they're DACA recipients or deferred action recipients in general, you are handcuffing these individuals' ability to be members of the society, as the federal government has indicated. It just simply doesn't make any sense to deny driver's licenses to this group. And it just would once again show how spiteful the policy is towards DACA recipients.
Do you think the governor is being more spiteful towards the recipients or to President Obama?
I mean, this is clearly, as I said in opening remarks, this is clearly Arizona and Governor Brewer thumbing her nose at the federal it's her attempt to again get in this proxy fight with the feds over immigration. But again, I mean, this is a necessity for these folks. I mean, they're folks who've been granted the right to live and work here. They cannot drive to school. They cannot drive to work, and it's just it's a policy matter. It just makes no sense. It's counterproductive, and it's counterproductive for our entire communities. Because what we want is to make sure that these folks are able to contribute productively.
You talk about integration. This is all part of that also, because the people who are eventually probably are going to get a DREAM Act or maybe even comprehensive immigration reform. This is maybe just a deferred action, but it's the integration of this society.
I mean, what is so problematic, rather than joining her colleagues, I mean, we're having this discussion nationally. People across the political spectrum. You have folks, Republicans and Democrats, that are now having a conversation about comprehensive immigration reform, are putting forth solutions to address this issue. And so what she's doing is, rather than joining them in this conversation and moving forward with productive solutions, she's continuing this fight with women, which again is counterproductive. And they're eligible. This is a program that, although it's a 2-year program, they are eligible for renewal.
And so the driver's licenses, if this injunctive relief were granted and whatnot, Arizona driver's licenses are much longer than 2 years. Isn't that isn't that one of the issues that are problematic in this case?
They issue them based on when if they're giving you the driver's license is issued for the amount of time that you're eligible to be.
So these would be 2-year licenses.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Why not issue a driver's license, a special driver's license, like a green card? This is not proof of citizenship. That captures everybody. You have to take a driver's test. It puts everybody on the same level.
Well, as we said, there are thousands of other applicants who are in the same category who receive driver's licenses for the limited amount of time that they're permitted to be in the United States.
What's the problem? It's not proof of citizenship. You have a special driver's license. But that brings everybody into the scene.
Right, but we're saying what we're talking about now is a group of people that are being excluded and they're not being treated the same. There are lots of other people who are in the same category who've been granted deferred action but who aren't eligible, who have received driver's licenses. Exactly, yeah.
So is there a schedule? Have you asked for a hearing date? Have you asked for anything?
No schedule.
Could it happen this year, or you believe in being given the court time and it would be next year?
In terms of the preliminary injunction, before December, that would be, what do we think that would happen?
I mean, today is just our opening shot. So we filed our complaint. We're going to wait for a response from the defendants. In terms of the preliminary injunction, that will have its own schedule also, where we'll have to file it and we'll have to wait for a response and also wait for a court hearing. So we do hope, of course, to stop this executive order and be able to give driver's licenses to young immigrants as soon as possible. We do hope that that will be sometime this year.
Why not go for a TRO to seek immediate relief? Come on, with a bunch of attorneys here. Somebody can answer that.
As Xiuming has said, we're planning to file our preliminary injunction shortly.
Why not go for it? You know, that's an option I have seen in these situations. ACLU is very familiar with TROs. Why not go for a temporary restraining order to seek immediate relief? Anybody want to take that? Okay, come on down, Tom.
Yeah, Tom Irvin, IRVINE. Our judges would typically turn a TRO into a preliminary injunction instantly, so we're just going to file for a preliminary injunction, which is where we would get 5 seconds after we file the TRO.
Okay.
Thank you, folks. The attorneys and the plaintiffs are going to be available for one-on-one interviews for those of you that are interested. Thank you very much.
Can you spell your name for me, please? I don't think you spelled it off the top.
ALESSANDRA and SOLER.
Thank you.